Well, it's been a little bit since I've made any updated videos on my channel here, so figured I would kind of get back at it. So kind of started doing a lot of work on this Bronco and wasn't filming some stuff, so I got some updates on that to go over. But I'm gonna start switching my channel up to just kind of doing like a vlog video where I post. I think I'm gonna post videos on every Thursday. So this will probably be out this Thursday. And then I'm just going to film throughout the week, and whatever I have filmed, I'm going to try to be accountable to posting up a video every Thursday and kind of going over just what I got going on, because doing all the like different individual videos anymore is getting too much. I have like 4 videos right now I was working on, and they're half edited, they need stuff filmed for them, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to go over some updates kind of on there, but if you're watching this, I'm going to be doing that, like I said, posting every Thursday, so I'm trying to get my YouTube up to over 1,000 subscribers. So if you know people, I need 300 more people to subscribe, and I'm up over 1,000, so that'd be cool. And other than that, as far as like Dune Hippie machine work goes, if you're looking to reach out for like fabrication work, I'm pretty much booked for the next year. So the only availability on really anything I'm doing is shocks. So if you need shock tuning, shock rebuilding, anything like that, that's about the only availability I have. So reach out to me if you got shocks, but anything outside of that, I am not going to probably have the time or the space for. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm switching these videos over to, trying to do one a week, because I've kind of got a lot of stuff coming down the line that I'm working on, including stuff in the shop right now that I'm working on. So I'll get to that. Let's show you some updates on this Bronco to start out. I'm to the point, I've got quite a bit of it in here for the front suspension. I've got this pitman arm is all double shear and welded now. So that's done. That just needs to get painted yet. Panhard brackets just tacked in there still. I need to weld that to the frame. The 4-link brackets are all welded onto the axles. The upper mounts up there in the frame, those still need some overlays cut, not welded. All the steering links are all done, all welded up. So the Panhard frame bracket, I do need to machine a little spacer on my lathe here yet to get rid of this 3/4 nut and washer stack up. So once I do that, I'm going to be adding some double shear tabs and then boxing all of that on both knuckles for the steering there. That still needs to be done. There's that Panhard mount up in there. The Panhard and the link mount on this side meet in the top and the bottom of the tube and overlap with weld. And then next up, for kind of in there, is going to be bump stop mounts. So bump stop's going to be going pretty much right on the frame right there. And then I've got this space right in here. I'm going to be building a bump pad that comes up onto this, welds, wraps around to the front side of the tube. So that's kind of what's going on with this. But it's all cycling, doing everything I want. Next up is, yeah, I need to cut some overlays for there and for there yet and get them welded on. Once I do that, then I'll actually get those welded on the frame as well. So front end is getting pretty close on this thing. Like I said, I just got to do those few things. So actually going to be switching my attention to a lot more of this week, the next couple days. So far I've only really gotten just some tubes in here and welded on. Just tying in. This is a project that this back half has all been built by another shop, all 4-linked in the rear, and you can kind of see the tube difference of this tube that was tied into this is all really old stuff. I think something Toyota. And then you can also see they've tied in up here when they mounted the shocks, but then there's still just a lot of the old original cage left, and there's a lot of, so this truck was a fully cabbed in running truck before, and now it is it had an old Toyota firewall still somewhat in here. You can kind of see pieces of it. And that's why you see these different tube setups. It wasn't open like this before. So I'm actually getting ready to come in here. Probably going to be doing, pretty much just got to come in here and clean all this up and get a firewall back in it, get the seats mounted, get a floor. I've got a seat slider I've got to get mounted in here for this driver's seat. But this all in here, this is all getting cut out. This whole assembly for the pedal, the pedals are super close to the transmission, so I'm gonna cut some of this out, lay some different tubes in here, and then start sheeting this thing in, sheeting in a floor, just do some simple sides, you know, and not putting like a truck body or nothing on this thing, just doing seats, firewall, some basic protection stuff, just make it back a truggy and get it back in the dunes. So I'm gonna be setting up probably a lot of time-lapse camera stuff on this, just cutting away, getting some junk out of there, and then getting some fresh tubes back in there. You know, now is a good time because there was firewall in here before. Probably gonna do some different tube layout. This tube wasn't ever actually welded all the way around, so probably just gonna cut this tube out and just get rid of all of that kind of junk. Cut up into here and then sleeve into this good stuff. This 1 3/4 DOM here. I'm not even sure what this stuff is, and it's pretty old. So that's where this thing is. I'm gonna try to pump forward on some progress for this thing for the customer. It's kind of been here for a little while, and I've been really busy on that Bronco, but now I've gotten that front laid out how I want. I'll have a little more time to do this. And also got some shock stuff going on here. So this is kind of where I do all my shock stuff back in here. I've got a set of all these Kings all torn apart. I'm waiting on a few shims that I didn't have in stock to be able to revalve these. So tore apart one of all of his shocks. This is a truck that has 8 shocks on it, so coilover bypass every corner. Went through, took all of his measurements of what he has for valving, and based on talking with him, videos I've seen his truck out in the dunes, different things, I'm setting up a different stacks for valving, and then I'll be meeting up with that customer on the dunes and then working with actual fine adjustment with the bypass tubes. So that's just doing a revalve on that one. So waiting on stuff to come in. I do have some Foxes to rebuild this week. I got parts that showed up, oil. Those are just replacing some seals, replacing like some bumpers and some oil, just some basic stuff. I think those are on a V8 rear engine car. And other than that, got a good score from Marketplace this week. Found 2 sets of brand new Fox coilovers. So we'll just keep those closed up for now. Those are for hopefully a build that's coming up soon that I've scheduled in. So hopefully I'll be using those soon. There is one set of those. There's some 14-inch coilovers in there. I'm going to be using those to actually build mounts and cycle on there. They're not the coilovers that are going to be going on this, but they're the same size and same dimensions, so I will be using them to mock up. But this thing's going to be getting, what are we going to do? I think we're doing 14-inch Fox 2.5s, internal bypass with the compression DSC adjusters. So getting all the options with the Fox stuff for this one. So I'm super pumped to actually place that order once we're ready to place the order and get those shocks here and get them on this thing and actually get tuning this truck. So like I said, just kind of another reason why I'm going to be switching this thing to doing a weekly video, because the season's coming up here soon. And you know what? Actually, that brings me to, we'll go check out my blue truck, because that's in my other garage. So the season, Silver Lake season's getting to be about, like, I think opening day is 2 weeks away now. So I haven't touched my truck since the last time I drove it. And yeah, for the Ranger, people that are always asking about the Ranger, this is what it's looking like. She's let me get more light in here. Pretty sad state, but actually I've hopefully got plans to resurrect that project here soon, and scheduling some time to get working on that. But this thing here, I need to put a ring and pinion in the back. And other than that, I'll be able to get out in the dunes. There's a couple other things I want to fix. I got just all sorts of on end, just a basic oil change, some wiring stuff. You know, it's still money from that fall trip I did last year. All the shocks got to come back off this thing yet. I'm going to be revalving this thing for the season. So just lots of stuff, different stuff coming up, and try to film as much of it I can, and kind of going into the summer season. Just going to keep it going with heading out to the dunes, working with some different customers on tuning their vehicles and different stuff like that. This Bronco project is obviously something that's taken a lot of my time, and it's something I'm going to be, once it's even done, you know, tuning it in, probably if I have to, respring it, revalving. So this is actually also, right now, this thing has a 460 big block in it. Super nice motor. Actually, maybe you might try to get that thing for that Range Rover there. That might be pretty sweet, because the motor in this is coming out, and the owner has a 2020 7.3 Godzilla V8, the new Ford gas 7.3 motor, and he's going to be putting that thing in this thing. So he is, so once I'm done with this thing, he's putting that in there. It's getting the 6-speed trans with it. He's going to be putting 35s on this thing. So this truck should be pretty rowdy and pretty dope. Super pumped to be working on it. And that's kind of where I'm at with Dune Hippie Machines. So I've been in business for a year now. I didn't post it right away on Instagram. But March last year is when I quit my job. So been doing this for a year now. And yeah, I'm booked up for about the next year. So starting this vlog. And like I said, this video is actually going to be coming out pretty much today. And then from there, hopefully videos every Thursday. So that's what I got going on. Thanks for watching. Like I said at the beginning, if you can get me 300 more subscribers, tell your friends. Trying to get that YouTube money, you know. So thanks for watching. Dune Hippie Machine, Mears, Michigan, right here at Silver Lake. So like I said, Fab, pretty much unless it's something like the craziest cool beam project and you have a pretty nice bankroll, hit me up. Other than that, shock tuning is about the only availability I have. So peace.